because of the weight disadvantage.
Can you imagine, bro? You're fighting Canelo Alvarez, man. Nobody ever heard of you. Nobody even knows your name. All that stuff, bro.
But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big. I mean, weight classes matter for.
Floyd Mayweather replied to speculation of Terence Crawford facing Canelo Alvarez, calling it a good matchup but warning Crawford to be cautious. He highlighted that boxing is not a game to play, especially given the significant weight difference, and warned Crawford to consider carefully before entering the ring.
And it's a good matchup with those two. You know, may the best man win. But this sport is something that you can't play with. Boxing is something that you can't play with.
Terence Crawford is eager to prove everyone wrong, describing the Canelo bout as a major challenge because he liked difficulties. He says that no one else is as powerful as him and is confident in his abilities. While some criticize him for choosing Canelo, saying he is too large, Crawford is intent on showing he can handle it.
That's a fight because of the challenge. Yeah. I love the challenges, and I love the people that I hear him now. You're too little. You know, Canelo gonna break you. He's gonna stop you. You come from 147. That weight too big, this and that. I can hear now. And that just excites me to go in there and just be like, okay, let me prove him wrong once again.
That fight would be gigantic. If Canelo gets through Jamel and then you guys fight, that fight would be gigantic.
And it's crazy because, like, in the past interviews, I was like, man, Canelo too big, man. It's weight classes for a reason. I was like, nah.
Weight classes are the cornerstone of boxing for a reason. They exist not merely as formality, but to safeguard athletes from meeting opponents whose size and power could pose major concerns, such as Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez. One obvious problem keeps coming up: the significant weight differential. Canelo is comfortable at 168 pounds, although Crawford has made his name in classes far lower than that. Fighters and experts alike are worried that Crawford will struggle to handle the weight gain.
They have weight divisions for a reason, right or wrong?
Right. Manny Pacquiao, bro.
Okay.
What's your take on Manny?
Pacquiao didn't move up 3 weight divisions at once.
Okay.
Fight a pound-for-pound fighter.
Okay, so Canelo's got it. How does Canelo get it done?
I don't know, man. It might be the boringest fight ever. It might be the best fight ever. But I will tell you this: it's not a fight I truly care about. Crawford's not really entertaining. So I don't really care about who he fights. But I will tell you like this: he's a tremendous fighter. He's a great fighter, but he's not really entertaining outside the ring. There's nothing that makes me want to be like, I can't wait to see the next Terence Crawford fight.
Current fighters are not holding back their thoughts either. Rolando Romero publicly stated that weight classes exist for a reason, citing the evident size difference between Crawford and Canelo. He even projected Canelo's and based just on physicality. Floyd Mayweather, who successfully defeated young Canelo Alvarez, recently reflected on his own experience. Even though Mayweather won the fight, he made it clear that Canelo was not the same fighter then as he is today. Since that loss, Canelo has developed, grown stronger, and become more physically dominant. Mayweather recognized that, despite being older at the time of their fight, he saw Canelo's potential and strength.
Crazy that, you know, Canelo said that, because when Canelo fought me, he was in his prime. And when I fought, I was an old man. So I wasn't in my prime when I fought Canelo. You know, I was an old man when I fought Canelo. Just like this right here, young guy. Even though I'm old, I got a lot of experience. I'm gonna go out there and just show him that this is the elite level, and it's something totally different.
Boxing great Mike Tyson did not mince words while talking about the fight. Crawford's decision to fight Canelo is, in his view, a mistake. Tyson highlighted Canelo's strength, aggressive style, and ability to wear opponents down with constant pressure. Tyson thinks that Crawford's chances of winning this bout are slim, citing the risk as outweighing the return.
Mike, I gotta see this. Terence Crawford, tremendous fighter. You're a big supporter of his. He wants to move up 3 weight classes and fight Canelo. What do you think?
Yeah, he can do what he wants, but I don't think that's a good idea.
Why?
I just don't think it's a good idea. You know, I don't think, what would he have? I don't know. I just don't think it's a good idea. People have done things crazy like that before. It's just that he doesn't have to do it. He doesn't have to do it.
Rising star David Benavidez had a more conflicted view. While he likes both fighters, he acknowledged he would rather the fight did not take place, Benavidez knows that Canelo is the money fight in boxing right now, and everyone wants a piece of him. However, he is worried by Crawford's sudden weight gain. In his opinion, pursuing excellence is wonderful, but it should not come at the cost of fairness or safety.
Crawford throwing his hat in to want to fight Canelo at 168.
I mean, everybody wants to fight Canelo. It's the money fight. You know what I mean? I think even Inoue would come up to fight Canelo. Canelo wanted to fight him. I mean, I don't want to see Crawford to fight Canelo, to be honest with you. But it would be. I'm not saying it wouldn't be a great fight. It would be a great fight. But I feel like if I deserve my opportunity, and and after this fight, what else are you gonna say? You know what I mean? This was a tough fight. You know, the top WBC, the top people ranked at the WBC are fighting each other. So I mean, it should be an easy call. If I can't get those fights, then I'll go up to fight Bivol, or I'll go try to, you know, I set my conquest on 175. Like I said, I don't want no handouts either. I want to, you know, earn my spots everywhere I go, even at 175. But you know, I see that weight class. You know, I want to become champion at 175, and that's exactly what I'm going to do.
Amir Khan, who has previously shared the ring with Canelo, gave one of the most heartfelt cautions. Looking back on his personal experience, Khan admits that he overestimated the importance of the size disparity. He called Canelo a beast and claimed that he learned the hard way why weight classes exist. His message to Crawford was straightforward: approach with caution.
Canelo's a beast, man. Canelo's a beast, and you know, when it was offered to me, I tried to chase the Mayweather fight at that time, and it happened. And obviously, I was probably at my peak of my career there as well. So, whoever I was gonna fight, I was gonna give him a hard fight regardless. Because we were probably winning that fight against Canelo until he knocked me out. But yeah, I was boxing well. But you know, one thing, size. There's now I understand why they make weight divisions in boxing. Every weight division. But then again, look, bro, you would probably take it. I was offered like 10 million quid, bro. 10 million quid, bro. Look, end of the day, this is like, it's a lot of money, you know. I thought about it. What made me, when I got the deal on the table for 10 mil, I was like, should I take it or not? But then I worked it out. Normally I have to have 3 or 4 hard training camps and fights to make that kind of money. That's still one fight. So you gotta do it in that one fight, you know what I mean?
Does Canelo beat Crawford?
Size, bro, remember, like, but Crawford then is a big boy as well. Crawford's a big guy when it comes to weight. A box fight, I think Crawford, in my opinion, but size might matter. But then again, I think since when I fought Canelo's become a better boxer. He started boxing more better. You know what I mean? Technical more. Especially against the last fight against Mangui. He boxed really well as well. And he's looking really good. He's still, a lot of people might say, oh, he's getting old, this and another. But no, Canelo's still a beast.
I mean, Eddie Hearn says Dolphins levels above Adam. What do you think?
I think today, Adam proved he is probably on the same level, but in my opinion, both guys aren't to fight each other just yet.
Boxing analyst Chavez the adult gave a scary perspective. He recalled hearing Canelo's punches up close and how dangerous they sounded even when not thrown with full force.
Spaceman Films. What up, Biz? Who you got? Canelo, Crawford?
Yeah, got Canelo. I heard the punches that he hit Charlo with. I don't know if Crawford can absorb those punches. I know he's a great man and a great warrior. But you come from 147 to put on a better fight than Charlo. I mean, I don't even know what that means. I don't know if that means that Crawford is so great and he can do that, or that means that Charlo set the bar so damn low that anybody could do better than Charlo did last night.
Do skill really pay the bill? Because that would be tested.
Pays the bill. That's why Canelo killed.
Joe Rogan, a seasoned fight expert, underlined Canelo's tower. Rogan wasn't studying Canelo's strategy or technique. He was just concerned with the physical damage he could cause.
There's just guys that just have preposterous power, and Canelo is a guy that has power but is constantly working on it. There's a great clip of him working with Andy Ruiz. You know that shield, that weird hand shield that they hold up for hooks?
Yeah.
And he's like, this is not for speed. This is just power. Just power. He's like, don't try to be fast with this, just power. And you see him just, hey, boom! Bro, he hits so hard.
Stephen A. Smith, a sports analyst, did not hold back either. In a live interview, he stated unequivocally that he despised the idea of this battle. Smith thinks Crawford's weight and strength disadvantages him in the fight.
Let me tell you what I think should be gone. The notion that Terrence Bud Crawford should move up 3 weight classes, 21 pounds, to fight Canelo Alvarez. He's entirely too small. Jamel Charlo already proved that. Y'all remember that scene from Rocky? Remember that scene from Rocky 2? When Carl Weathers was Apollo Creed and his trainer was like, can I be honest? I saw you beat this man within an inch of his life. And he kept coming. He wouldn't go away. He's wrong for us, baby. He's wrong. Let it go. Apollo couldn't do it and lost fight number 2. Trained him for Rocky 3 and then got killed in Rocky 4 by Drago because he couldn't let it go. Bud Crawford needs to let it go. Too small.
Legendary Mexican boxer Julio Cesar Chavez made a simple prediction. If Crawford fights, he will be knocked out. Chavez appreciates Crawford's ability, but he thinks Canelo's strength at 168 pounds is simply too much. His decades of experience give much credibility to this warning.
Dinero y Canelo lo van a noquear.
The two fighters are gonna be different weight classes, even though they're gonna fight on a specific weight. He believes that they're just going because of the money, Crawford, but probably Canelo is gonna knock him out.
Sean Garcia joined the list of people warning Crawford, recognizing Crawford's boxing IQ, but stressing that Canelo's physical presence creates a barrier that may be impossible to overcome. Garcia thinks that in this specific battle, talents may be insufficient to overcome physical bulk and power.
Him and Crawford?
Yeah.
I think Canelo just too big for Crawford. I mean, Terrence Crawford is another, amazing fighter. You gotta give credit when it's due. He's an amazing fighter. He's very talented, and he'll for sure give Canelo a fight, and Canelo knows that. But I feel like Canelo will use, his experience, his weight, and how big he is, and I think he'll overpower Terrence Crawford like in the later.
Boxing organizer Eddie Hearn had a unique take, calling it a strange fight. He stated that, while it may draw notice, the large weight disparity makes it appear more like a stunt than a real competition. Hearn said that even if Crawford wins, fans may still criticize him because of the size difference. On the other hand, if Canelo wins, it will be considered business as usual.
How is Crawford going to be able to bridge this weight gap?
Yeah, I don't think he can, in all honesty. I mean, he might not be able to bridge it on Saturday.
Yeah.
So,
one weight class.
68, yeah, but you're coming up from 35. 35, 40, 47, 54. Sooner or later, it's one too many. And 68 is definitely too many. But Crawford's brilliant. Like, he's a genius. He's a generational great. So maybe he can find a way to do it. But I feel he'd be hugely outsized against Canelo Alvarez. Yeah. But you have to use your movement. If you're Terrence Crawford in that fight, the last thing you want to do is stand and trade. He'd be moving a lot in that fight, trust me. I'm not saying he'd be running, but he would be moving a lot. Of course, that's the way to beat him. Yeah.
Trainer Joel Diaz stated that one of Canelo's biggest advantages is his ability to take strong punches from bigger rivals. Diaz explained that Crawford might find it tough to damage Canelo in the ring, making him exposed throughout the fight.
A lot of people that say that Crawford can beat Canelo, no problem. I mean, I respect that, but I just think they're stupid. I mean, excuse my language. The size difference of a bigger man changes everything with one punch. And I can see the same thing. I mean, you saw Canelo Alvarez fighting Amir Khan. Now, look at this. Terrence Crawford moved from 47 to 54 to fight Madrimov. What did he do to Madrimov? Nothing.
A lot.
Okay, Madrimov was a 54-pounder. Now, to move up to 168, that's 2 more divisions. Canelo Alvarez will take any punch from Crawford, but I don't think Crawford will take any punches from Canelo. Remember, Canelo got hit by Triple G, the heaviest hitter in that division. And Canelo took those shots like a champ. I don't think Crawford has anything to beat Canelo.
Oscar de la Hoya, a former champion and present promoter, called the fight a money grab. He questioned if it made sense from a competitive angle, citing boxing history. In almost every occasion where a smaller, talented fighter faced a considerably larger opponent, the result benefited the bigger guy. In a careful analysis,
William who? Canelo versus William Skull. William who?
Oscar being back in New York over here.
No, let's just say Canelo Crawford
in the history of boxing, and this is the facts.
Let's get it. Let's
If
get it.
if you see Thursdays, back Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations. With Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford, but I'm not counting him out. The bottom line, and this is the truth again, it's a money grab. That's it.
Yeah.
But Crawford doesn't rely on his power; he relies on his IQ. Crawford, what he did to Spence was magic, was incredible, was amazing. And so, look, one thing about Canelo is that we all know that he walks in the ring as if there's wet cement, right? His footwork is a little too heavy. Crawford is such a smart fighter where he can he's like Bruce Lee, literally. And he's in his peak, he's in his prime, and so I think that if that fight ever happens, which I don't think it will, if that fight ever happens, I have to go with Crawford.
Okay, you have it, Oscar De La Hoya talking about Crawford.
Journalist and Raphael argued with Stephen A. Smith. Raphael mentioned and that Crawford is not doing this for money. He wants to be great. While Raphael admired Crawford's ambition, he also understood that the path to triumph would be perilous. Crawford would need a faultless method just to stand a chance. Not everyone is opposed to the idea, however.
I think Terence Crawford is a marvelous boxer, arguably the best in the world, pound for pound. But can you hurt Canelo? If you can't hurt him, I have no doubt he can outbox him. My issue is, if you can't hurt him, what kind of a challenge can you truly pose? What do you say to that?
No, that's a great point. I mean, here's the thing. Canelo Alvarez has a historically great chin. Now, I go way back when he first came to the United States and started boxing, and he found himself on an HBO pay-per-view undercard years and years ago, fighting against the older brother of the great Miguel Cotto. His name was Jose Miguel Cotto, and he had gotten a ton of hype. He had signed with Golden Boy Promotions and a lot of those of us in the media. And I had seen him a couple of times before that. This is my first time seeing him in person, really paying close attention. And he almost got knocked out in the first round. And I remember Stephen A., all of us looking around at Media Row going, what the heck is this all hyped about? This man can't take a shot. He's going to get drilled. He was lucky that the fight was over, that the round was over in round one, or there might have been some much more trouble. Stephen A., that was 16, 17 years ago. I've never seen him wobbled, rocked, physically, visibly hurt since then. He has an all-time great chin going in the ring with tremendous punchers. Terence Crawford coming up 2 weight classes, do any damage? Yeah, he's a slick boxer, and he's also a good puncher in the welterweight division, in the junior welterweight division, in the lightweight division. But even at junior middleweight, which is where Terence Crawford had his most recent fight back in August, when he moved up and he won a world title, he didn't blow the doors off. He fought a very tough, solid opponent named Israel Madrimov. He gave him a good fight. It was very close. Madrimov, people seem to think he might have even been able to edge it out. But if you can't hurt an Israel Madrimov at 154, what the heck are you going to do with Canelo Alvarez, the sturdiest guy in the world, at 168? So that aspect of it is certainly a problem. You mentioned about Charlo. Charlo was there to get his check. I know one thing about Terence Crawford. He's not going to just come to turn up to get the check. He'll at least try. And Charlo, I don't think, really tried.
Teddy Atlas, a well-known trainer and analyst, is one of the few specialists who thinks Crawford has a legitimate shot. Atlas highlighted Crawford's knowledge, tenacity, and versatility in the ring. He thinks Crawford is the type of competitor who adjusts mid-fight and refuses to be defeated psychologically or physically. Crawford, in Atlas' view, is capable of defying the odds.
Come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." But who's he beat? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight.
Terence Crawford's forthcoming fight with Canelo Alvarez is one of the most talked about what-ifs in modern boxing. On the one hand, if Crawford beats the odds, it may be a watershed moment. On the other hand, The size and strength mismatch could spell doom.
To tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimov fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher. You know, a unified champion that he's been. You know, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I ask this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, you know, who's going to be able, sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
That's all for today's show. Stay tuned until the next time.